Yo, 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 what's going on,
What is
man?
good, my peoples?
We are back!
This is the first show of the first year, season 3.
Woo! Season 3? What's
three.
up, people? News? We are. Oh, man, it feels so good to be back. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. You already know. YouTube, you already know.
Yo, we're coming to y'all this year. We're giving it to you raw. We're giving it to you hard.
Yes.
Like we did the past 2 seasons.
Already,
We're
man.
we're not holding back, and we're gonna do it how we usually do.
Yep. As you can see, well, first off, I want to say this year's gonna be full of guests, and this lovely lady that we have right here is our first guest of the new season. Number one. I like that. So normally we start with the news, but we're just gonna jump right into it. Our guest is very busy, got more stuff to do, more filming to do, so we gonna get right into it. Of course, for everybody tuning in, everybody on YouTube, I'm Frosty, Oreos co-host.
Frosty.
Oh wait,
All right, let me.
No,
Hello,
you're
everybody.
Frosty McNuggetts.
I'm
Let
Frosty
me introduce
McNuggetts.
everybody. To my left is Frosty McNuggets. To my right
Boom.
is Frosty Oreo. And for this show, I'll be Frosty Swirl.
It's crazy how I forgot my name. I knew that he took my name, but I
Yeah.
forgot mine at the same time. Like, wait, am I McNugget or?
Little switcheroo.
That was
Well,
odd.
I'm here to set everything straight.
There we go.
See, that's
There we go.
awesome. So, this is an Eleni Vidalis.
All right.
This is our guest, or AKA Vanilla Frosty Swirl. We got this. I got this.
I
got it.
prefer Greek Frosty Swirl.
Greek Frosty Swirl.
Green
Ooh,
Frosties.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We switch it up. International.
So, I mean, you and McNuggets has been, I guess emailing and talking. I'm kind of new to the loop. I knew who was coming, but let me know and let our guests know. A little bit about yourself. What is it that you do? What is it that you bring?
Well, my name is Eleni Vidalis, and I have hosted and produced and directed the Greek TV program, which is on BNN TV. It's also on GreekBoston.com, where we archive all our shows. This is my June 24th will be my 25th year.
Wow.
So you know how there's the year of the monkey, the year of the pig, the year of the boar, the year of the horse.
The horse was actually 2 years ago, I think.
Excellent. So do you know what this year is?
Uh,
Don't worry about it, McNuggets. I got it. It's the year of Eleni.
there. Like I was really about to go into it. Like,
Wait.
Hold on, let me
Sorry.
let me pick it up.
Yeah.
The raccoon,
Right? Yeah, no, this,
mountain lion.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh.
nice.
I've worked in the public and private and international sector for 33 years. I am I've owned a couple of businesses in Boston. I am originally from Dorchester.
nice.
I live in Hyde Park, and I am a mother of 3. But I still keep them alive. So that's my biggest accomplishment, that I haven't thrown any of them out yet.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And I'm 28. I forgot to mention my age.
You see that? 28.
That's
Yeah, and
how
I'm
we
not
do.
ashamed. I tell people how old I am. I'm very upfront about my age.
Right? And that's how it should be. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So that means she's been rocking on the TV show since she was 3. Come on, y'all. Get y'all stuff together.
Get
That's right,
Get
that's
your,
right.
Get it
what?
together.
Absolutely. You're very good in math. Excellent.
That's why he's the host.
He's the host, huh?
He's the host.
Yes,
Okay.
This was just thrown upon me. No,
The host?
nah. Yeah, being a host.
Well, it kind of, the truth is that I want to make sure that I've made sure that there is no copy of my first show.
Mhm.
because host I wasn't. I was so then you just this is your third season, right? Yeah, come on, you should get comfortable. The host gets all the credit.
Not this one.
Not this one.
He does.
Oh, I'm
Lip
sorry.
out. Not this one. Not
Nah,
this
he's a
I
good
get no
host.
tissues, no crying, Oreo.
No, you know what? We get a lot of love, and actually a lot of our videos have been shared over these past 3 seasons. Like there's been times where I'll be walking through supermarket or Walmart or something like, hey, y'all the guys from the. Hey, which one are you again? McNuggetts? Nah, I'm Oreos. Oh yeah,
Supermarket, I have to tell you, is the best place to feel famous.
Right?
It is.
I mean,
It is amazing how people tell you, I remember you when you were this small from my parents owned businesses in the, had a couple businesses in the Boston area. Or, are you still on the show? I watch you, or I remember that show that you did, or I remember this thing it's the best place to feel. God forbid if you go there and you don't have some lip gloss on,
Oh man, listen.
you're in trouble.
yeah, I mean, it's been a fun and a long run, for us. And
3 seasons is long?
3 seasons. I mean, it's
How long, how long
It's-
is your season?
well, we was doing it every single week
Yes.
before we had the idea of, hey, let's start putting this stuff on YouTube.
You
So it would be like our first season, we did a whole full year, right? So
Yeah.
we did about 52 live feeds, and then we was just like, I think towards the end of season 1,
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's upload this stuff on YouTube. Let's make a page.
So
Do you really? Let me see. Let me tell you this. 52 shows in 1 year.
Hmm.
Okay. You're good in math because you were able to figure out when I started. So I have 19 shows. I do a weekly show once a week every Monday night. In 19 shows, I will have done 2,000.
That's nice. That's a milestone.
Right.
We're hoping to make it to that point.
2,000. And you want to know what? It all went in a blink of an eye.
It did. These past couple seasons went by fast.
Yeah.
But I have to say, no matter what you do, no matter how, the fact that you have the commitment, the fact that you have the perseverance to put it together, to try to figure out who's going to be on or what you're going to ask or where you're going to shoot, is something that you guys should be commended. So when you did reach out to me, I'm all for helping anyone that can. Obviously, I was honored that somebody would reach out to, that people are reaching out to me. That's always an honor for me. But we have to support one another, no matter if you're streaming it or if you're podcasting it or if you're on TV. We have to support one another because
Yeah, definitely.
it's a commitment, and you both should be commended for it.
No, thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
I like doing it.
You like doing it?
Yeah.
It's fun, and the type of materials that we bring is, we think it's valuable information for the people to have. When we first started, we just strictly talked about the news and what the 45th was doing and how it was affecting the people, in our communities and other communities and around the world. And it was just like, hey, let's have some fun. Let's stop talking about him and let's have some fun with it. And we started bringing in, having questions of the week and relationship questions and goals and
Oh, what kind of relationship questions?
we've had, what was one of them?
Role reversals.
Role reversals, what kind of financial help, one another should give, whether, let's say I make $100,000 a year and my girl makes $10,000 a year, should she give as much help as, you know what I'm saying? Like, just
No,
for an
I just
example.
think that you should continue paying for everything.
You can't argue with that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm not a feminist.
No, but it was just things like that, or what would you do type of questions, in a relationship. entrepreneurship, just to broaden people's minds, because sometimes.
You just got to get people thinking.
Right.
That's it.
Right. I mean, but that's enough about us.
Oh, okay.
For right now. What is some of the
You have to
content?
understand, though. You have to excuse me.
This
You
what
know,
she
Mr.
do.
Oreo.
I know. I see the
I've
position
been
she got
the
into. Like,
She
interviewer.
real like,
I have been the interviewer. Hold on, let me get the interviewer glasses on.
See?
I have been the interviewer. This is not often am I the interviewee.
right?
So, okay, all right, I'll sit quietly. I'll let you.
no. You don't have to say quietly, but let us know and let the people know some of the content that comes with your show.
Right,
What is
sure.
it that you talk about and discuss?
There isn't anything off limits.
Same here.
There isn't anything off limits. The show is primarily my opinion, my voice, and people have learned to accept that. But it's not just about me, obviously. But when we take a stance on an issue, it's just clearly an opinion.
Yeah.
But we have interviewed guests from everywhere. We've had people come from New York. We've had people come from Florida to be interviewed. We've Skyped people from around the world.
Nice.
We've covered everything from local to international. Any major issue out there, I think at this point has been covered. But one of my favorite parts of the program is showcasing and highlighting our youth, our talented youth, whether it's urban dance group or rap dancing or rap music, Greek rap. It doesn't necessarily need to be Greek, but we've
Yeah.
even had a couple of times I've had 2 different groups of Greek rap.
Nice.
Anything that I believe that is of interest. If I was sitting here as I was waiting for everything to start up, and if there was something that caught my attention, not that I'm ever looking or any, but if it caught my attention, then I would want to, if I think that it's important, if I think it's going to be of interest or to entertain, we've covered it.
Nice.
It's hard to come up to tell you how many, everybody exactly, but my favorite shows are the ones that involve young kids.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. So, speaking on that, as far as giving a platform, what inspired you to create that platform? What shows or different reporters or people in the media? What got you to say, you know what? I like that. I want to pursue that. What was that for you? What was that influence or person?
Well, the program was first started. My then co-host and my mom actually were having a conversation about how there isn't any information available for the Greek community in the Greek language, and that's how it started 24 and a half years ago. It was a half an hour show, and it was live. It's 100% live.
Nice.
And it was to provide information through various efforts, combined efforts, where we were able to get Greek listed as a language where people would say, even if it said this is important information, please have it translated. So from there on, it took. We got the feel of what people liked and what people didn't like, and there was times where my hair was was a major topic. My nails were a major topic. It was. We've covered just about everything.
Oh, see?
Glow's calling me.
This is what happened in season 1. Like every other week, it'd be
Somebody
calling. You know where we are on.
Did they want to talk to me?
No, that was my aunt.
Did she want to ask me a question?
She's not on Facebook.
She's not on Facebook?
She's like
Oh my goodness.
She's like 103. She probably dialed me by accident.
So now in terms of people that have, you're gonna laugh, but here goes. I got a lot of courage and material and ideas, rather, not so much material, from 2 people, and that is Barbara Walters.
Oh, nice.
Okay, because I said I always wanted to be famous enough to have my microphone color coordinated. I
With-
liked her interview
Yo.
style. So after all these years, I just wear black because all the mic is black because it's never gonna match what I'm wearing. So we covered that much, and then Maddie in the morning.
Wow. Maddie
Yeah.
in the morning.
So
Kiss
I like
108, right?
Kiss 108. Yep.
Kiss
so
108.
Don't
Matt
ask me how I know that, but I do.
So it's a little cross between the two. Actually, nobody's ever asked me that question before. But yeah, I admire.
Well, Maddie
I have
or-
not. I have not. Barbara Walters. Meeting Maddie and Matt Siegel is on my bucket list before the middle part of this year.
Nice.
It's my bucket list. I don't know. I don't know if it will work out, but it's on my list.
It'll work out. It's kind of like what we do. You just got to keep reaching out.
Yeah.
Hopefully they squeeze a spot in there. For
Yeah.
you.
Yo, anybody out
I'll
there
stalk
that
them in the
listens
parking lot.
to 10, what is it?
Kiss 108.
Kiss 108. Yo, tell Maddie, come on the show. We got somebody that wants to meet him.
Yes.
I want to meet him. Let's collab. Maddie, Kiss 108.
He's awesome. He really is. I mean,
let's collab.
that's a big career.
The Greek program, Maddie, What's Up People News. I think we need to make something happen.
I agree.
Share this video on the Kiss 108 Facebook page, y'all. Please share it. We want to make it happen. This is how we gonna reach out. From one creative, from two creatives, we all reaching out. Let's make it happen. Maddie,
Let's do something.
let's do something. We name dropping today. That's how we doing it.
That's how we doing it. Okay.
So, again, one of the things that we do, and we love to get the opinions and perspectives of our guests, is we talk about, the news. And the major thing that's going on right now is this government shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
It is, it is the longest
In history.
in history.
Well, the government shutdown. It's a very touchy subject. It's a very in-depth matter.
Yes.
I don't know if we have enough time to cover it all, but I'll say that the part that bothers me a lot is essential employees have to work. I spent 22 years of my life being an essential employee, which meant no holidays, no such thing as snowstorms or
Yep.
rainstorms.
You have to be
work.
in.
I have full respect and a full understanding of that, but what I don't understand and I can't accept is that essential employees are made to go to work, and they should, because they're essential, and
Yeah.
they took
Vital.
the job as that,
Yep.
but they should never be going without pay.
No, I agree
And I
wholeheartedly.
believe the fault of this is not just the presidents or just the Republicans. I believe it's the fault and the responsibility of both the Democrats and the Republicans. If they want to hash out whatever it is that they're hashing out, whatever the president wants and whatever the House and Senate want, but people, they should be able to find a way. They should be able to find a way to pay people that are working.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, all right. So I'm gonna bring it back to, and I'm just gonna compare the reasons for the shutdown. So I'm gonna go back to 1996. Bill Clinton was in office, and the government was shut down because they couldn't. Basically, to sum it up for people who don't know or don't really understand the politics, it was shut down because they couldn't decide on where certain funds were going to be spent. Okay? So that involved everything, healthcare and so on and so forth,
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. That's why the government was shut down. And they were shut down for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That was it. This government shutdown is because of a wall. Now, the president asked for 1.5 or 1.7 billion dollars to extend the wall, well, not the wall, to extend the fencing that is I want to say 17 miles long, at that border. I think it's something like that. I think it's like 217 or 219 to make it 254. So he asked for like 1.7. Then he went back again. They gave him the money for that.
The 1.7.
They agreed and they gave him the money for that.
That's how he got those prototypes.
Right. He got the money for that, and then he came back and asked for 5.7, something like that. So they said, okay, give us the breakdown on how this money is going to be spent to achieve this goal. And what he did was sent the what's the word am I looking for? He sent the breakdown for the 1.7, not the 5.4, so they wouldn't approve or give him the money for that. So he said, this is what's going to happen. You either going to give me the money for it, or I'm shutting everything down.
That's when they had that meeting, Schumer, Pelosi, in the White House.
Right. And then now...
Oval Office.
Now, it's affecting everything. The essential employees, people who get, assistance, whether it's
Section 8,
food stamps, or whatever.
Yeah.
They're done.
What were you about to say?
I just wanted to, it's 580 miles already fenced, and the total is 1,958 miles that wants to be fenced or walled up. But we also had a similar shutdown over a president wanting something and the funding not being there, and the government had to be shut down, and that was with Obamacare. So we've been down this road. This is the third time in at least our lifetimes. It's happened multiple times. The bottom line is, the president wants something, or any president that wants something, and is not going to get it in the budget, which is what happened a few years ago as well. I'm not saying that either or is that it's correct, or it's whether it's correct or incorrect, or right or wrong. What I'm saying is that we've been down this road before, and what the bottom line is, that just because a president wants something, whether we agree with it or not, let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
After all these years, after all this time, and the truth is that Americans live from paycheck to paycheck. The majority of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And it's not something that should be as a shock. It shouldn't come as a shock to anyone that we live paycheck to paycheck. There should be a way that has already been set that at a minimum, essential employees, and at a minimum, our men and women in the armed forces should be collecting their pay.
Yeah.
If that is not the issue, if their salaries are not the issue, if their job performance is not the issue, there should be something somehow put in place. It's not like this is the first time the government shut down.
I look at it like this. If out of thin air, we can come up with $700 billion for the military, no questions asked, nobody blinked an eye, then he should be able to come up with $5.7 billion for his wall if he wants it that badly. I mean, I look at. Go ahead. Say what you say. Well, hold on. Let me get this point out. Let me get this point out.
All right, get the point out.
Because
this is burning my soul right now.
This is my thing. Last season, he gave the biggest tax cut ever to the top 0.01%. Again, same situation, no questions asked. We didn't figure out where the money was coming from. He just said, boom, this is it. They got their tax break. A year later, you telling me now we have to go through this whole situation over a wall that you can't fund yourself, He's said countless times that he has the votes to get the money, but he wants to have this quote unquote bipartisan, situation. Get the votes, give the federal workers and the people in the government the money that they need, get those people back so I can get my taxes, so everybody can get their taxes and quit complaining. But I say that to say, nobody wants this wall. Fund the government, and I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to.
All right.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, with the past government shutdowns, okay, they haven't been to this extent. Now, this isn't just a shutdown. He declared.
Well, it's a partial shutdown, but
he basically declared like a state of emergency type thing. This is what he declared. Now, you mean to tell me TSA agents, you know what I'm saying, certain, top government officials not being able to work or being sent home on an unpaid furlough isn't an emergency?
Well, there's no state of emergency. However,
not state of emergency.
But however, high-ranking government officials and TSA employees are not in the same pay scale. There's people that have been sent home and are not working, and can't collect unemployment. And this has not happened just this time. This has happened under Clinton and under Obama. Again, maybe not this long. Yes, absolutely. But you also have our military who are making peanuts. They are making so little money, our men and women of the armed forces, and they can't even collect that in order to be able to support their families. And in most cases, they're single-parent families because the other parent is already on active duty. That's the part, that burns me. That's the part that I can't see past.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everyone's against the wall. I don't know that. I wouldn't want to get into that conversation, but
right. See, this is my godmother speaking. I didn't mean to say state of emergency. National emergency is what he said. Mm-hmm. And
yes.
and clearly, like he said,
because he's saying that it's
if he doesn't get the money, he's going to declare a national emergency
because of
and nobody can
Homeland,
stop him.
because of oh my gosh.
You talking about Homeland?
No, I'm talking about secure, because it's a national security issue. It's a safety. That's why he's going to declare it, which I don't really know. I mean,
so he's going to declare.
I don't think that's right either, but
he's already declared it.
I don't know.
It's you give somebody that kind of power who is totally and I'm gonna say more than just inept. I'm gonna say who's totally ignorant to politics. Anybody can have their opinion on things.
But he's not a politician.
He's not a politician. So that's why I'm saying who's totally ignorant to politics. It's ruining it's gonna ruin the world. He's talking about let's make America great again. Where is it being made great at? Where? At what point?
I look at it like at the expense of federal workers. I don't think he should have used that particular issue for a government shutdown. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. It's frustrating. I know I want my taxes. I know I can't get over that. I'm just saying, I work hard. I have a business. We work hard. I work hard at my regular job. I want my taxes. But at the same time, I feel that people need to get paid for their job.
You want your taxes, but you're working and collecting a paycheck. I'm going back to my point where there's people that are working and are not collecting a paycheck.
No, and I
And
want
there's
them to be
people
able to,
that are
get
home, not working because the government has shut down, and are not collecting a paycheck, but they can't get another job because they're already employed.
that. Yeah.
And they can't collect unemployment because they're already employed.
See, but they've said that once the government gets back going, they're gonna be paid in full.
So I'm gonna go, wait,
Well,
I'm gonna put my interview glasses on.
this is
Shoot.
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. Did you spend money in December for the holidays? Yeah, that was a yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, and you spend money for the holidays?
Mhm.
Okay. Is it fair to say that the majority of the people spent a lot of money or spent money that they normally wouldn't spend in a given month? So with that said, I think that's a fair statement,
well.
you know.
Rephrase
because-
that because I didn't.
So people spend money because of Christmas or Kwanzaa or Little Christmas
Mhm.
or whatever you know, which or Hanukkah, whatever
Mhm.
you're celebrating. Okay,
Mhm.
You're spending money that you normally wouldn't spend in a given month. You're going above and beyond, other than your rent or your mortgage or your utilities. You're spending more money because you're buying gifts.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did
yeah.
you buy gifts?
I did. I brought a few.
You bought a few. Okay.
I bought a
It's not gifts that you would have bought any other time necessarily. You wouldn't have bought them in November.
Fair to say. Okay. I see. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
I see.
So
What
your finances are strapped because of money that you spent in December. December is a month that
Not,
you
I
know.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I'm strapped because I spent that money in December, regardless if I spent that money or
Maybe
not.
you can adopt me then, because my finances are have the December hiccups, you know, because
But
of the
that wouldn't.
holidays.
I wouldn't. Well, I guess.
So I'm just trying to say that, you know what, most people are financially strapped, not
Mhm.
necessarily meaning they're gonna be homeless, but
Mhm.
strapped and tight. You know, you just went through the holidays, you spent
Mhm.
more money, whether it's holiday parties or Christmas gifts or whatever it is, okay? So it's at that period, and you need and you need January to get back up and running.
So
Now, these people are, so perhaps some of their utility bills are past due, or they're a little behind on their mortgage, or maybe they were just, last month was a little behind. So when the government gets back up and running, and the president is saying he's gonna, looking to give people back their money from the time that the government was shut down, you know, there was a whole a story on this. Though your mortgage company is not gonna wait until the government gives you back your back pay,
So
is what I'm trying to say, okay? So you're already in a difficult situation because of the holiday hiccups or the December hiccups or whatever you wanna say, however you wanna call it. You're already strapped. The utility companies, okay, maybe they'll wait because there's a moratorium, due to the winter, because of the winter. But your mortgage company's not gonna wait, your credit card company's not gonna wait. As soon as you don't pay 1 month, credit bureau, you know, the credit bureau, I think that's like this huge hole somewhere, a credit bureau, you know, and they come up with these random numbers for your credit score. That's the part that, you know, people need gas, people need, if you're with oil, you need to buy oil, you need to heat your home.
So okay, so are you saying people, even if there wasn't a partial government shutdown, people would still be strapped for cash? Is that what you're trying to argue?
People are strapped for
Regardless.
cash this time, whether you work for the government or not.
But I'm
okay,
saying,
at
is
this
that-
time
is
of
that-
year.
is that
Yeah,
the-
but can you imagine though, you're strapped for cash, or you might be, you know, you're going through you need January to get back on your feet, and you're not getting a salary, you're not collecting any money.
But I'm saying though,
And
is
I gotta
that
tell you though, when you get, you know, not when you go back, when the government gets back up and running, is it gonna be the next paycheck, is all your money gonna be in? That's a process in itself.
no? But so what I'm asking, just so I can comprehend what you're trying to, what I'm getting from what you're saying is, regardless if there was a government shutdown or not, people would still be in a situation of strapped for cash, you know, still worrying about how to make ends meet. That's what you're arguing.
Yes.
Okay, and I would say you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct about that. But on the flip token, what I would say, and not necessarily an argument against it, but more to, I would say you are correct, but the fact is, even if you are strapped, the fact is you still know you have a paycheck coming, right?
Oh, we're saying the same thing. We're saying the exact same thing because you know you have a paycheck coming, and you know that you're gonna, you know, by the end of January, you hopefully at some point you're gonna be able to get back up on your feet.
Yes,
But what I'm saying is we agree. What I'm saying is when you said that they'll eventually get their money back when the government gets up and running, that's not helping them now. That's not helping them with their mortgage. And when the government gets up and running again, it's not going to help them the next day that it goes up and running. It's going to take a period of time for that money to come back to them.
But it shouldn't be shut down over a wall, though.
I'm pretty sure.
The flip side is it shouldn't be shut down for
period.
anything.
I'm pretty sure. You know, I'm pretty sure that, you know, I'm not gonna call them wealthy Americans, but I'm gonna say that I'm pretty sure, and I'm just tossing it out there now, but I'm pretty sure that they have something put away to get them through. I'm pretty sure.
You think that everybody in the federal government has something that's out, not working, whether they're the armed forces or they're TSA or they work for the IRS or they have put money aside just because they work for the federal government?
I'm pretty sure that they have something put away to get them through.
I wholeheartedly, 100% categorically disagree. I do not believe that the average American has that much of a rainy fund put aside today. I don't.
No?
I do not. And if you see what TSA employees make and what our men and women in the armed forces make, and if they have families, where is there room for them to put something aside?
That's why we need a livable minimum wage. That could be a great argument for that. I mean, if you look at it, I think that this could be an example of why we should have certain reforms and certain things in place.
I agree. This is what I said 20 minutes ago, and is we should, this is not the first time down this road. For whatever the reason, it comes down to the president.
Are we speaking for the state of Massachusetts where it's damn near impossible? It's impossible to survive on minimum wage. Are we speaking about this?
I'm just talking about in general. Like, this would be a good argument. The way she framed it would be a good argument for a livable minimum wage, so that we don't just need livable minimum wage. No, but
we need to put a stop to rent control.
No, exactly. But this is what I'm saying. If we have a livable minimum wage, that means we're making enough to live, which means we can still pay rent, pay our bills, and have that opportunity to start saving and put money aside. But because we don't have a livable minimum wage across the board, the average American doesn't have that opportunity, like you said, because of family, bills, this, that, and the third, to put money aside. So I'm saying, hey, let's use this argument, let's use this shutdown to say, hey, people can't survive because the average American doesn't have enough money to put aside because of bills and just living life, right?
Well, we would, I think we're mixing apples and oranges. I mean, we're talking about the government shutdown. Again, it's happened so many times that at some point the people that we're sending to Washington and we're sending to represent us should be representing and doing and coming up with, whether they're Democrats, Republicans, or Independents. It's totally irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant to me. They should come back. They should come with a process where not when any president, because it's happened for the last
Yeah.
three, okay, any
No, you're
president
right.
who wants something, and isn't getting it in the budget, I'm going to
Shouldn't shut
shut
it
the
down.
government down. So it's happened.
Yeah,
It's
but this is
happened-
what I'm
it's ha-
saying.
It's happened in the
No,
past.
no, but-
We
yes.
should have had some mechanism in place where the essential employees that are required to work at least
Mhm.
get paid.
No, and I'm with you. What I'm saying.
I agree
Go
with
ahead.
that. I agree with that.
Awesome.
I agree with that for
I
those.
am so happy.
I agree with that for those who, all those essential employees, they should still get paid. I totally agree with that. But she's saying, you made the statement that it's happened the last three presidents.
No, I said it's
Well-
happened 3 times. It,
Oh,
it-
it's
it
happened
didn't
3
happen
times.
under, I don't think
Well-
it happened under Bush. It happened under Obama. It happened under Clinton.
Yes,
I don't think it happened
But
under
look at
Bush, no.
look at the reasons why it happened under those. It happened under those presidents. Let's start with Obama. It happened under Obama because
Obamacare.
Obamacare,
Affordable care.
which was there we go. We're back.
There we go.
It happened because he wanted to implement something where everybody could afford health care, which is essential because
You need to
listen,
live. You
listen,
gotta-
people go like this. People go like this. They look. Damn, I broke my leg. Damn, it's gonna cost me $9,000 to go to the hospital. Man, I just put a Boy Scout tie on it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it grow back in
Oh
place.
my God. Frosty Oreo here, my friend. Listen, we live in Massachusetts, the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts, where we have Mass Health. So where we have nobody can be turned away for medical attention because they don't have health insurance. Yes, you'll probably get some penalization in your tax returns and your tax returns. But you know what though? There's people that didn't feel this is Massachusetts doesn't decide isn't the place where the opinion does not express the opinion of the rest of the country. There are other places in America where Obamacare might have been essential. It might have, and that was not that essential in Massachusetts.
I'm not speaking
Because it was
just
Romney
for.
care. That's what Obamacare was. It was a playbook based off of Romney care. Now, Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act did have its holes. It did have its problems, but it did help people across the board that wasn't able to afford health care get it. Now, again, like I said, it had its problems, it had its flaws, but it helped create a situation where people who didn't have it were able to get it. You see what I'm saying? So for the fact that he took this model
You
and
got your
tried
hand
to,
all in the
I
camera,
know,
dude.
it keeps sliding.
He's cutting my face out.
It keeps sliding. It keeps
All right.
sliding.
So you know what? Listen, I want to ask you. Okay, I don't want to go down the road of Obamacare, but
No, totally
what
fine.
do you take a guess? What does the average TSA employee make?
An hour?
An hour?
No, annual salary. Let's go that way.
I would say between
TSA.
20 and 35.
It depends from where though, because TSA agents are everywhere, and cost,
Give me a range.
All right, I'm gonna say somewhere between. I'm gonna say somewhere between 28 to 34,000 a year.
28 to 34.
Yep.
You?
Probably about that same range.
All right. So the average is 25,518 to 38,277.
So we're
In
there,
that with that salary, unless you're living at home, you're probably 21, 22 years old. Have your parents are paying for everything, or you're taking public transportation, taking 2 hours to go to work and 2 hours to go back. How are you going to be able to put money aside? Going back to what you said before. And what is the average salary of our military?
I never even.
That I don't know.
40? 'Cause I know that's a sign-on bonus. You get 40,000.
It's average $65,000.
I didn't know that.
That's a
what's
lot.
up.
That's a lot?
65,000
A year?
a year?
That's a lot?
That's a lot.
For somebody who's risking their lives?
That's a lot. Still.
I mean-
Still. So now
what-
you
what-
got.